Okay, so another thing here, which I also unwrapped on Christmas morning. This is a Starbucks coffee. Yeah, it was on my list. I'm a regular at Starbucks. Gotta have my Starbucks. So this is actually from Menards. So if you ever go to Menards, like during the holiday season, they got HO and O scale stuff. Mostly O scale, but they have some HO scale stuff too. And overall, like this is actually, really nice. It's there's some pretty noticeable though imperfections in the finishing of this product, so I gotta knock points off for that. But otherwise, it's actually very very nicely done. You know it came out of the box like this, a lot of nice detail, and it's built in both interior and exterior lighting. So and it's I think these retail for like $60. So at first, like, I thought that was a bit outrageous, but then I was like, kind of take into consideration, like, other kits, like, you have to assemble and paint yourself. All that work is like, it kind of adds up. So I guess it's probably an appropriate price for it. I mean, still expensive, don't get me wrong, but comparing it to like others, like, I'd say it's probably an appropriate price. So but yeah, but this is actually it's nice. So okay, so the next thing we have here, we have a South Shore coil car. This is a Intermountain model, Chicago South Shore and South Bend Railroad. Yeah, I actually got 3 of these, one for Christmas, 2 for my birthday, and yeah, it's as far as how it performs very well. The detail is pretty nice, but honestly, like, for how much it retails for, not worth it at all. It's the detail, and the entire car actually is extremely brittle. Like, way too brittle. Like, you have to be extremely careful with how you're handling it, because if you handle it the wrong way, snap goes the detail. Yeah, and these retail for like $45, and that is I do not think that is acceptable for how cheaply made they are, because they are actually, it's obvious that they are actually very, Intermountain coil cars are actually very cheaply made. I don't know about their other rolling stock, but their engines, Intermountain's got excellent locomotives, and their other rolling stock, I would assume, is gonna be pretty decent, but their coil cars are a no-go. Yeah, like I said, very cheaply made, and yeah, I don't know if I mentioned or not, but these things actually retail for, I think, $45 a piece. These, I think they were bought for like 30 or something, because I always direct everybody to go to Lombard Hobbies, because they that's the place to go if you want to get stuff at a good price, and they got a great selection there too. But honestly, like, if I had to like appraise these, I'd say these are probably only worth like considering how they're made, they're probably only worth like 15 a piece. But they're like I said, very very cheaply made. And then another thing too, the weights, you have to install the weights yourself. So yeah, they're not pre-installed, so that's another reason to knock off points on these. So yeah, I mean, otherwise they're pretty nice cars, but they're just, and they actually do perform pretty well, I will be honest. But as far as they're just really cheaply made. So never again Intermountain coil cars. But yeah, I mean, otherwise, like I said, it's actually pretty nice models. I actually had two of these on my list, hoping to at least get one. I actually got all three, so that was a nice surprise. This one here is number 1673. The other two I got were 1657 and 1668. So, yeah, I mean, building up my South Shore fleet as well, and also, building up my coil fleet. So, yeah. Now let's move on to the next thing. Alright, so as you can see, I've expanded my Metra fleet quite a bit this year, pretty significantly. So, yeah, we have another Kato HO Pullman Gallery bi-level car. This one's a cab car, as you could obviously see. This one is number 8730. The other one, the one I've had for a while, is number 8750. So yeah, 8730 is actually one of the new road numbers that came out. Same with 7780, which is actually what I showed you earlier in the video. So yeah, just got to get a 7848, and then I got all the road numbers. So yeah, this as you can see here, I applied all the factory detail. Yes, I know what you're gonna say. You're probably thinking, where's the horn, you barnacle head? Well, you see, I can explain. Yeah, so I removed the horn because, so this actually comes, which is actually prototypical, factory equipped with a Wapco AA2. And yeah, I'm pretty sure you're thinking I'm out of my mind. Oh my gosh, this guy's lost it, getting rid of a prototypical horn. Which I'm gonna replace with a K5LA, and yeah, and then I'm also gonna add an EMD steel bell. Now, why I'm gonna do that? Legitimate reason. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys might be thinking I'm out of my mind, but I can assure you I'm not. Yeah, for real, my reason here for doing that is because. Well, I want to model the current era, but nobody makes the Nippon Shario cars in HO scale. In fact, nobody makes even the Bud cars in HO scale. Well, I know back in the 90s, Three Brothers Manufacturing did, but those kits are real difficult to get your hands on, and whenever you do find them, they're really, really expensive, so yeah, but what you gotta do, I'd like to actually, one of these days I actually want to get into 3D printing, so I could, do like some of these custom stuff, such as, create Nippon Shario cars, but, in the meantime, it's like you gotta use a little bit of imagination, which, that's something I actually, seem to do quite a bit myself.
Imagination.
Wow, I never thought of it that way. That's really something.
But yeah, no harm at all in using a bit of imagination. In fact, if anything, it's probably, it's probably the best way to go, using a bit of imagination. So yeah, I want to get a K5LA to, put in place of the Wapco AA2. And the Wapco AA2 I actually transferred to, it's either my RTA or my Rock Island cab car, which needed a new horn. I'm pretty sure it was the Rock Island cab car, and then I took the horn off the Rock Island cab car and put it on the RTA car. So, kind of mix and matching them a bit to, what looks best, so, yeah, that's it as far as my Metra fleet right now. I mean, that's not it as far as everything is concerned. We still have some more things to get through, but yeah, let's move on to the next thing. Okay, so the next thing we have here is none other than a Athearn Roundhouse rail box 50-foot ACF boxcar. Now I've actually been wanting a rail boxcar for a while now, and I just haven't gotten one yet because it's one of those things where I actually forgot about it, but yeah, I've actually been wanting one for a while now, and yeah, I actually got one for Christmas, so that was a nice surprise. Like I said, this is an Athearn Roundhouse model. Okay, so the next thing we have here, this is a Walthers mainline, Canadian Pacific 60-foot high cube boxcar. Another magnificent model. It's and the detail is actually really nicely done on this. I'm not sure if you're able to see, but even like separately applied. What would you call those? I guess what bars or whatever going down the vertically down the doors, and even like the latches and everything. Very, very nicely done. And even even some of the other detail too. I mean, it looks like like some of it, like the ladders or whatever, are molded in, but they're at least but honestly, like, you can't really even tell that they're molded in. Yeah, actually, I don't know if they're molded in or not, after all, come to think of it. It's like they look like they are, but they look like they aren't at the same time too. They done very nicely on Walthers mainline. Like, overall, like I don't have any Walthers mainline locomotives or anything, but I do have a lot of a few other freight cars and passenger cars from Walthers mainline. They're I mean, yeah, they don't have all the detail that most of your other runs would have, but they for what they, because they're budget friendly models, but for what they are, especially like as time goes on, like, they're really putting a nice amount of detail into these. So yeah, that is that. Let's move on to the next thing. Okay, so this next thing we have here, this is one of 3 units from a articulated 3-unit set of Walthers mainline well cars. These are let's see, what kind of well cars are these? The label's upstairs, or somewhere else, I don't know. But these are in definitely for 53-foot containers, and are lettered for TTX. And these, okay, budget friendly models, but are they really budget friendly models? Because these are really, really nice cars. I mean, they're die cast. Get this, hear me out. Die cast frames, so that right away, that's, you got a good car right there. And they perform perform greatly, like any Walthers model. And yeah, so like I said, this is a 3-unit articulated set. I mean, they not articulated trucks. It's articulated like a coupling unit or whatever. So yeah, I'm actually not gonna take the others out, because these sets are actually because of the way they're designed, it actually is a bit of a task to assemble them. Need to get in there with a screwdriver and everything. So it's yeah, that's the only thing with these sets with that don't have the articulated trucks, but it's it's not gonna be that big of a deal. Once I have an up and running layout, Um, but yeah, these you know, they're really nice. Nice detail. And for the detail that is on there, and but they just they're really nice cars. They look nice. They operate very nicely. So you know, yeah. So let's move on to the next thing. Okay, last but not least, we have a Chicago Short Line, South Chicago and Indiana Harbor, Cupola Caboose. This is a Athearn Roundhouse model. Very nicely done. I mean, the grab irons and everything are actually molded into the plastic, but honestly, like, I can't complain because they actually did a real nice job, painting them so, like, they don't really look like they're molded into the plastic, but yeah, still, would prefer if they were, separately applied. But, honestly, like, I can't complain because, like, it looks, it looks really nice the way, it came out, and it's Athearn Roundhouse, so, it's, like I said, it's Roundhouse, so, should probably expect that. But, yeah, I actually had no idea that these were, a thing until like only a day or two before I decided I want one. Is it's like as soon as I saw that, yeah, I gotta get this. But yeah, very very nice model. Now I really need to get myself a pair of SW1500s. So yeah, hopefully sooner than later I can get my hands on a pair, but hopefully, I'm sure I will eventually, but it may take some time. But yeah, so that is it. Did I just say last but not least? Well, that statement would be inaccurate because we have some N-scale goodies to look at. So I'm sure you're all probably wondering, like, what's going on here? Like, why, all of a sudden have I, gotten a bunch of N-scale stuff? Well, I'm actually getting into N-scale a little bit. I've, the MP36 and two of the gallery cars I've actually had for about 5 to 7 years now. But, actually, no, 6 to 7 years, actually. But I, the reason why I'm getting into N-scale a little bit is mostly because of a project that I'm actually really excited about. So, what I'm planning to do for the next holiday season is do a module, or modular, excuse me, around the tree N-scale Christmas layout. And, so it's going to be all, winter themed and everything. And, I'm really, really excited, So, that's actually the main reason why I'm getting into N-scale a little bit more. So, yeah, that's a project I'm really excited about. And I'm planning to have it done for the next Christmas season. Let's see, so it's January 31st. Actually, no, February 1st because it's after midnight now. So, I got, a lot of time, and, hopefully, when the time does come, I could, I'll actually succeed in, getting it most of the way, or at least, if not completely, at least most of the way ready for presenting. So, yeah. So I'm actually planning to get some more N-scale stuff. Definitely more Metra stuff. So let's see. So the MP36 and two of the gallery cars I've had. So the MP36 I've actually had for like, a little over 7 years now. Because I actually, got it a little after they first came out, and then the coaches I've had. So two of the coaches I've had for about 6 years or so, and then and then everything else, the Operation North Pole train set, I just got that in November. And yeah, part of the thing too, that's another thing that really drove me, because when I was at Lombard Hobbies, the day I got my Union Pacific SD78H, as a matter of fact, because Operation North Pole train set, the one in the 2015 scheme specifically, it actually retails for $200, but it was Lombard, they were selling it for $99.99. I was like, okay, I cannot pass that up. I gotta get it. Plus, I've actually been wanting that set, ever since they came out with them. But I never got it because I don't do N scale. I do HO. But now I'm gonna be doing a little bit of N scale for the holidays. So yeah, and then from there it's like, okay, yeah, I gotta get more. So when I was at the Michigan City Train Show, I got the 3-unit bookcase set, and then earlier this month, last time I went to Lombard, I got a Pullman gallery car and another F40PH number 142 Ravinia. To be exact. So, yeah, and, I'm aware that, Kato, what they're going to be doing is, re-releasing the MP36, let's see, so I know they're going to be re-releasing the MP36, and, bi-level, 4-unit sets, and I would assume the same would have to go for, the MP36 itself, because I actually, not too long ago, I looked for MP36s and I saw like they, weren't available actually. So when they re-release, I'm actually hoping they could, Kato could, update or improve the whole, I guess, design, like the the interior and every, or like all the components and everything, and kind of like, improve them a bit, because, I've noticed a drastic, significantly, significant difference between the MP36 and the F40PH, during, in regards to, its performance. I mean, don't get me wrong, the MP36 performs really well, but, yeah, I'm talking about, obviously, N scale here. But because the F40PH is actually a newer release, it seems like it, performs better than the MP36. Like, it runs smoother, and the headlighting is, like sharper and a better color. Yeah, like like you could, like literally, you could actually tell big difference, So I'm hoping, with the re-release of the MP36 and everything, that Kato, may have updated and improved them to, be more like the F40s in regards to, performance and everything. So, yeah, and I'm hoping, when they come out with the, because the one I have right now is 416. I want to get. Eventually I want to get 426 and also the 4-unit set, which has 427. So, yeah, that'd be nice. And then also too, I want to, continue adding to, my Metra fleet to like get more F40s and everything. So, yeah. So as for that, project is concerned, all I could say is that when the time comes to, which is several months from now, of course, but when the time comes, keep a lookout for that, videos on that. I'm really, really looking forward to this project. So, yeah, that concludes this video. Thank you for watching, and I'm pretty sure this video is super long already. I lost track. I never pay attention to how long my videos are when I'm recording, so. But I can only assume it's pretty long, so I'll stop yapping, and yeah, stay tuned for more. Bye bye.